Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Carissa.
And I'm Christian, and this is A Lot in Common.
We're breaking out of the Matrix, and it feels good.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. It's a detachment from the monetary system.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mental detachment. You're not so, reliant on it. Put your trust in God rather than worldly things, or as your faith grows.
Yeah.
But yeah, breaking out of the Matrix. I think Andrew Tate is one of those people that broke out of the Matrix.
Yeah, and the whole situation with Andrew Tate is so confusing. Like, is he a horrible person, like they say? Did he do all those horrible things, or is he just breaking out of the Matrix? They try to smear him so hard. It's just so confusing, like, especially as a woman. Do I like him or do I not? But regardless of what we think about him, they are coming after him again pretty hard. They just arrest him again in Miami. He's like, I'm about to fight him.
Yeah.
And so there he was just trying to hand off his phone, if you noticed.
Yeah.
To a guy. Look at it. He's like, take my phone. He doesn't take it. He just drops it on the floor. Other guy picks it up. Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
And this guy takes his chain for him.
Well, I was like, that makes sense.
I think that's what's his face. What's his name?
I don't know.
Friend.
It's like douchebags galore. Kind of like, honestly, like, what are they wearing? Those pants are so tight. I'm not trying to make fun of people like that, but moving away from, really tight clothes, like spandex and stuff, you really see this as like, ooh, that's uncomfy.
Yeah. Even if they are like the most expensive silk, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Also, Andrew Tate. Let's pull up Andrew Tate's that one outfit. I mean, he got here. Everybody's saying in this video too, this guy doesn't have a head in the background.
Yeah, what's up with that? I'm way more interested in that. I don't care about his stupid outfit. What is going on with that?
Well,
it's
somebody
just AI.
Yeah, look, somebody hyperimposed it. You can see right here.
Oh, yeah.
But why did they do that?
Because it's silly, and people are so silly.
But yeah, he got arrested again. I mean, I guess the charges are for the same thing that they were getting him out. I believe in Romania is where they first were trying to get him.
Well, what are the charges? Let's look at those real quick. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I believe so.
Social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate have been arrested in the United States after British authorities issued 38 new charges against the brothers, including actual bodily harm and human. Britain is seeking to extradite the brothers to face prosecution for both the new charges and pre-existing ones.
It's the same charges they actually fought against in Romania. I'm curious to see how it goes. I don't think they're going to get out of this one. We'll see, though. We'll see. But speaking of getting out of the Matrix, you were just saying that what really started opening everybody's eyes to getting out of the Matrix was Kanye West, right?
Yeah. I think so. I feel like Kanye West is definitely revolutionary. Kanye West was and is a revolutionary. I don't know what he struggles with mentally, but dang, he really changed it up for so many people just by being outspoken about the controlling higher-ups.
The controlling powers that be.
Yeah, the controlling powers that be.
And handlers. He even spoke out against like Michael Jackson, what happened to Prince, same thing that they were trying to do to Kanye West. And it is crazy because he broke out of it too. They took billions of dollars from him overnight, and then he got it all back with being able to be who he truly was. The only thing that's really disturbing to me is he was the one that opened up everybody, like the general public's eyes, especially the youth, to breaking free from rule. Right?
Yeah.
They run everything, especially Hollywood. To have him be that huge light for so many people and such a generation. And then he goes and he does his apology to the people. And then he was like surrounded by rabbis and stuff. After he did this, he was able to do his huge shows in multiple cities around the world.
Yeah, because they were going to cancel him in all of his shows again. Yeah, so he had to eventually be like, you don't have a choice. Like, it's you either do this or you die, or you either do this or everything's taken away from you.
So he says, Kanye West apologizes to the community. The Hail rapper said, I was dealing with some various issues, dealing with bipolar also. He compared his bipolar outburst to a child making a mess and him having to clean it up.
To be able to sit here with you today and just take accountability. I was dealing with some various issues, dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have me take them to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease. So it's like if you left the house and you left your kid at the house and your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. Now when you get back, it's your responsibility because that's your child. And that's the way I look at it. It's like I gotta go clean up the kitchen, I gotta clean up the living room, I gotta clean up the garage.
What do you think of that?
Well, with all the clonery that they do, I would be willing to bet that that's not even Kanye West.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with you there. I think that is Kanye, but I do think that he seemed a little intimidated in the beginning of the video. He seemed like he was definitely a forced action. And I do want to bring up, because it kind of reminds me of, I have this theory and I think that it's true. When people sell their souls to the devil, especially musicians, rock stars and Madonna, the biggest people, right? Beyonce even, they are forced to dance monkey, right? Like they have to do things. They have to continue performing on stage. And so I think with Michael Jackson, he was doing that tour at the very end and he died during the tour. He was, in my opinion, killed during the tour. And so I just think it's really interesting who was around him after, back in the 90s, early 2000s, Michael Jackson was very outspoken about the overlord over him. And so he stopped doing that. He disappeared for a while and then he came back out to do this tour and then dies. And it's very interesting who was with him before he died.
This is posted by Daniel Girl 44222. Rabbi Shmuley was among the final visitors in Michael Jackson's bedroom just hours before he passed away. Coincidence?
Take a look, you guys. There he is with Michael Jackson. Interesting. I'm just saying it's a little interesting that these huge revolutionary artists try to come out against what's actually going on in the music industry, and then they're forced to apologize. Or you got him sitting here with Rabbi Shmuley. Does he want him there? I'm assuming not.
Probably not.
It's just really messed up, you guys.
Super messed up and super obvious. It's happened to every single, if you look back, I haven't done this, but I bet if you look into every musical artist that died too soon, right, it is going to trace back to the same lineage of people.
Yeah. And it's really just the synagogue of Satan, right? It's not like saying it's all people. No, it's the synagogue of Satan. Those that totally deny Jesus Christ, and they are evil people, and they run. These are the people that, just put it like this, these are the people that are on top and run everything. That's who we're talking about here. But let's get into something else here. I did want to talk, because last episode we talked a lot about the flock cameras and deflock, right?
Yes.
Deflock is super important, and they're doing great work.
Yes.
And I think everybody should download or go to the website. I'm pretty sure they have an app as well. It's deflock.org. Amazing, because it does help you fight against this tyranny that's going on right now. I mean, I was just driving through the shopping center where we always go, and we noticed that one, remember?
Yeah.
But then I'm driving and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like everywhere in the shopping center. It's insane. It's
insane, but my theory about it was they're so vulnerable and they're so like small. Honestly, I think it's a test run to see how the public will respond to this type of control, because I think that they would assume that these things, they won't even make it through a storm, like they're so like vulnerable looking, like if a big storm hit, they would all fall. It's almost like they're planning on them not staying up.
Right.
I don't know exactly what would be their reasoning for that, but just the fact how vulnerable they're leaving them, and I don't know, it doesn't seem like the best strategy, especially when they have such high tech and drones the size of mosquitoes. Like, why would they put like a literal camera on a stick?
Yeah.
With
a solar.
Yeah,
that
a regular guy could climb and do whatever.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's like almost like they're just preparing us for what's to come.
Yeah, or like it's a soft roll.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense for sure. Also, there's a lot of cases coming out with the flock cameras of police in cities using the flock cameras to stalk their exes, stalk people that they find interesting now. And it's just really interesting. So I'm actually going to play this creator. He's fantastic. His editing alone is just it's so good to watch. You guys, if you have not seen him, you're going to get a kick out of this one. He's amazing. Thomas Van Genderen.
No one elected me the police chief of America. I'm the CEO of Flock. I don't think it's our job to police the police.
Yeah. Well, fuck the police. Police used Flock to stalk citizens nationwide. Thanks to the surveillance network of 100,000 plus Flock cameras across the country, without warrants or investigations, law enforcement tracked down abortion patients, surveilled protesters, targeted immigrants, and creeped on partners, exes, and even strangers who caught their eye.
Every single search conducted inside a Flock has to have a reason you're doing the search.
Like the 542 test searches by one Missouri cop cut to monitor his wife's car and a mysterious second vehicle, or a Kansas police chief who used Flock 164 times to track his ex-girlfriend. I feel like I might be forgetting one or two. This unsupervised access does not stop at cops. Disturbingly, the administration interface for dozens of Flock cameras can be accessed by commercial web browser. Granting live video feeds. Here's one that broadcasted live footage of young children at the playground. 80 plus contracts have been canceled in light of these revelations, but much like their stalker users, Flock, no doesn't mean no. Like when a Chicago suburb terminated Flock's contract and deactivated its cameras. Weeks later, Flock reinstalled most of the cameras without the city's permission. So the city resorted to covering the cameras with plastic sheeting to prevent residents from being tracked by them. Ohio City workers have followed suit, covering their Flock cameras with trash bags.
What do you think of that?
I think that video was amazingly well done.
Yeah.
And wow, once again, going back to how vulnerable they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if they really wanted it to work, wouldn't they create a more solid system with them?
Right.
How simple it is for them to be
Right.
taken down. It's just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that they would make it so easy to take them down.
Right. No, I agree. Also, you got to keep in mind though, like how quickly they all went up, and they were able to actually put up over 100,000 Flock cameras nationwide. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That all of our eyes, like none of us were paying attention.
Yeah.
So it's crazy what they're able to do whenever we're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really interesting that in Chicago, as he says, they turned down the contract.
Mm-hmm.
They said, never mind, terminate the contract. And then they put the cameras back up.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They don't even care.
They're not going to listen to the state because, again, it is a private company. It is not ran by the government. So it's like the power that they have is beyond the government. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's 1984, and we really do need to do something about it. And you know what I love is that people all over the country are taking action.
Mm-hmm.
Brave men are taking action and fighting, taking them down and cutting them down and destroying them, right?
Yeah.
And people are putting up rewards for them. They are trying to get them to turn people in, and the public is not turning them in. So it's amazing.
It is amazing.
It's amazing.
We'll defeat the Flock.
Just super scary, you guys. Very dystopian.
It's very invasive.
Yes.
Not cool. We don't agree.
Yeah.
Turn it around.
To say the least, it's not cool. We got to talk about some of the revelations that have been coming out with the Charlie Kirk case.
Okay.
So there's been a few revelations. I like to talk about Lance Twiggs because I feel like he had way more to do with it than they're letting on, obviously. I think, we played a video a couple weeks ago of a guy who looks just like him doing an interview. People are saying it's this guy named Wesley. They pulled up his Facebook. It's this guy. But I'm like, yeah, but couldn't they just create a guy that looks like him? So I'm still in the conspiracy realm with that. Don't know how much I think that that's not him. I think it might be him. People are starting to dig into the fact that his parents amassed a ton of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got somebody posted here, Danny Diggs. Lance Twiggs' mother, left is from 2019. The right is from June 2026 in Portugal. In June, her and her husband also went to France, Italy, and Monaco. Must be super stressed and letting off some steam before the preliminary hearing. So, this is her before, this is her now.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely looks like if I saw her, I'd be like, she's got money. Look at this lady walking past me. That would be
kind
my
of like
audit.
new money.
Yeah.
Look at my jewels.
Yeah, look at my earrings. Here she looks, honestly, a very normal woman.
She might have had a glow up. You know what I mean? For sure. She had a glow up.
She had a glow up in the midst of her son's lover being on trial for killing the most public political figure in our lifetime. She was like, you know what? I just need a glow up.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Doesn't, does it?
No, taking all those trips.
Another thing that was really interesting, Baron Coleman pulled up Lance Twiggs' Reddit. And on his Reddit, he's talking about how much he admires and looks up to Jordan Peterson, which is crazy because, yes, that was very important movement for the youth, for all the boys taking back their manhood just a couple years ago. We got to remember that was very important. And it looks like Lance Twiggs was part of that movement. Also, he worked in construction. There's no photos of him looking like a furry. Okay, there's that one photo, but I'm about to play a video of Jesse on Fire pointing out that that's probably not even Lance Twiggs. So let's take a quick look at this, and then you tell me what you think about this, all right?
All right.
And you go, what is that? Is that the same picture?
Nope. You see that?
Nope, that's not the same picture. That is the same picture that I've seen. That is not.
They edited the photo of him to make him he looks more of an e-girl.
Like, feminine.
Yes. And so they definitely edited that.
Yes.
Because that could just be a costume, first of all.
Yeah, that could be just a warm outfit.
Yeah.
Honestly, that you wear when you're chilling. But yeah, they feminized his face.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know they did that.
This is not.
And then Jesse even
look at both sides.
Goes forward and says that he doesn't even think that looks like Lance Twiggs. I have to agree.
I do too.
This guy?
Yeah.
It's like, that's the same kid, right? Right? And then you got this. Does that look like the same person to you?
Oh, that's a hard one. Kind of, yeah. But I mean,
this is the same person, right?
The same. Yeah.
But is that the same person? Look at the nose.
I don't think so.
Look at the nose.
I don't think so. That doesn't look like the same person to me. It doesn't. But they edited the picture so much that we can't tell. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the picture, right? And the nose, like the bridge of the nose, completely different. He's got a ball nose, you know? Look at that. Way different. Way different kid, man.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, obviously, with the whole Lance Twiggs thing, there's just so much. They're watering everything down, and also giving him partial immunity is very interesting. His parents are out partying,
having the time of their lives.
Yeah. They're living their best lives right now.
Yeah.
And so it's just interesting, you guys. I think Lance Twiggs has way more to do with it, you guys. I'm going to hold that ground.
I think he does too. I think he's in the know at the least. He's in the know.
I think that he took the gun from Tyler's house. I think he honeypotted him. I think he was a honeypot because I don't think he's gay. And I don't think that he's a furry. Yeah. I don't. He worked in construction, Lance Twiggs, and then Tyler Robinson worked in like electrical or something. Like he was doing a apprenticeship, right, with some manly job. You know,
well, you can still do a manly job and be gay.
That's true. I just think it's fake. I think
it's fake too.
I think it's totally fake. And then Lance Twiggs was sitting there on a Reddit sounding really formal and good. Here, let's actually play just a clip of that.
I want you to listen to this.
Yeah.
And think about what we're told of his lifestyle, what we're told of who he really was. Honestly, I think everyone's going to land in these pitfalls. It's part of being human. Doing your best to recognize and remedy that is all you can do. Keep your strongest truths close to heart and don't be easily swayed in any direction without a strong and well put together reason. This is Lance Twiggs. Even then, you'll sometimes realize the environment, friends, or communities you choose to spend time with aren't helping you grow or progress. May otherwise be pushing towards an echo chamber. Being able to take a step away and reprioritize is the best you can do. If you aren't ever in a situation you don't want to be in, chances are you never go out and meet people in general. Remember that just discussing a topic doesn't mean falling into an ideological pitfall. Keep your statements and opinions in line with each other and make your own opinions based on factual evidence you have seen or read. I think the largest pitfall anyone could fall into would be to simply take to heart the opinions they see on social media. If you don't choose a side many times will choose you. Keep yourself grounded mentally and emotionally, and don't worry yourself about being infallible.
What?
Well, that's not who I imagined.
Right. That's
you know, they're trying to create these characters out of people that are not these people.
Right.
The truth will come out. They didn't think that people wouldn't find these Reddit posts. What's going on?
I don't think that they thought very much and deep about any of it.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that they were just like, let's get it done. They researched all of these figures a little bit before, because you got to remember, it's just people that do these
ops.
Yeah, the ops are just full of just regular people, and they're dumb and they make bad decisions. They did research everybody. I mean, you can look up the Google Trends of where they were researched. In Fort Huachuca, they were researching Andrew Colvett. They did a little research, but they didn't realize that Barron's got a Daisy that does amazing research. So, I mean, and Candace Owens with all of her amazing sources, they were not anticipating it.
No.
I want to talk a little bit about, of course, the grieving widow, Dr. Erika Kirks.
What's she doing now?
There's always interest. I mean, people, again, with researching, she did privatize accounts and stuff, but she didn't do it quick enough. She didn't delete enough things. She did not go back and actually do a deep dive. Maybe she should have hired PR for that, to go and delete all of her stuff. That actually was on her side, because apparently if she did do that, they weren't on her side. They're like, no, we're going to keep this stuff. So let's take a little look-sees at what we've got here. This is Ana Escobar. She's fantastic. She just went on Stu Peters and did the research, very good research about finding the Google Trends in Fort Huachuca about Andrew Colvett. Amazing video. You guys definitely need to check it out. Stu Peters with Ana Escobar. Charlie's Angels 47. They're amazing as well. How many times did she pull this exact move? Hanging out of the window, holding up the necklace, appearing emotional. And one of those times was while leaving the mortuary, even though there doesn't appear to be a crowd of supporters alongside the vehicle. At some point, you have to ask, why repeat the same gesture over and over?
Love you, Erika.
Charlie's wife, Erika, holding, looks like a cross necklace out of the window to his supporters.
There's her little hand hanging out.
She's ready to go.
And that's like who she's doing it to. There's, I don't know. What do you think about that?
It's just so staged. Everything's so staged. And now watching everything back, it looks like we're watching a movie. You know what I mean? Now we're watching it back and it's all staged and you can see it's clear as day now. What she was doing, the whole thing they were trying to make you believe. It's really wild, actually.
Casket video alone. It is absolutely unbelievable that you would be mic'd up saying, I love you, pressing your dead husband. That's not weird. That's what you would be doing.
Yeah.
But to have somebody recording it behind you.
Yeah. And getting
and
mic'd
then
up
posting
before.
it. Oh, it's so sick.
Final question. Can the conspiracy theories on Charlie's assassination just stop already? Can they please? Can they please stop already? It has been so disgusting to see the things that people have come up with and then pushed out and perpetuated on the internet. I mean, the internet is a great place. It is also a horrible place. And these people who are doing it know better. They know what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is hurting people. The way that Erika Kirk has been attacked throughout the course of what I can only imagine has been the worst year of her entire life. I can't even fathom how she's still standing most days, let alone, going out there, hosting Turning Point events, keeping, things moving, being a mom, all of it.
Yeah. Why doesn't she just stop and go plan her mall strips on Gaza?
Right.
Doesn't she know better that killing women and children for an extravagant build isn't okay? Does she know better than that?
Right.
Or, so it's just kind of like, Laura, we don't really take your opinion with too much weight.
But it's funny because Erika Kirk she said the video just stop. But at least Laura's saying please, she's saying please stop.
She's saying please stop.
But I think respectfully we'll say no.
Yeah, respectfully.
No.
Carry on.
But look at this. So this was interesting. It's a very long video. We're not going to play the whole 4 minutes, but it is an entire 4-minute video of not replayed clips. They're all different messages. I suggest you guys go check it out. It's going to be from Michael Rosie. Oh, yeah. Erika really loves the lady. It is really interesting how many times Erika Kirk is talking to her female friends and being very suggestive. So we'll just we'll play like a minute of it. But there are 4 minutes of this video of messages with her on Instagram or Facebook with girls. Very weird.
So it's just a bunch of messages, her complimenting her girlfriends in kind of a sexual way constantly.
Mhm.
So she's just like a sexual freak.
Yeah.
Literally, like she's so sexual with everything she says. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
But remember, at this point of her life, she was in New York, just stuck in a basement pretty much reading the Bible nonstop. So it's interesting how she could be so godly and becoming so close to Christ, but at the same time, so sexual
So gay.
suggestive
Yeah.
and gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting.
It is
saying.
interesting that you're, reading the Bible and then it just makes you want to be more gay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine
You
that.
would think it'd be
but-
the opposite, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah. You would be like, oh, that's ew, look what she just said to me. That's creepy. I'm
Yeah.
moving away from this section of my
Yeah.
life. Even if she used to be a lesbian or
Yeah.
something, you'd think that she'd be like, I'm moving away from this part of my life. I love men
Yes.
again.
And again, like people do what you want to do, but be who you say you are. And
Yeah.
the fact that she's constantly just saying she's somebody and acting a certain way and she's a totally different person, we want to kind of like know the truth about somebody that's running, a corporation that's leading our young generation.
Yes.
We're just kind of curious.
Just kind of curious.
Yeah.
And it is interesting that you are lying about every single aspect of your life. Every single aspect of your life. And then you sit here and wonder why the youth especially doesn't want anything to do with you and rejects you so hard every single time you go to an event. The chapters start closing down because you are not authentic and people can tell. And you're actually worse than that. You're sinister. And the things that you do are actually evil, in my opinion.
Mine too. This is by Mike Rogers at Mike Rogers TV. It says, tonight's rain has caused problems all across Southern California. I'm tracking several of them, including a sinkhole in Chatsworth that swallowed 2 cars with 4 people inside.
That's terrifying.
Holy moly.
Our assignment editor, Mike Rogers, at the desk.
That's right. He's monitoring several breaking stories related to the storm, this time in the San Fernando Valley, Mike.
Hi, you guys. Yeah, we do have stuff going on in the San Fernando Valley. Before we get to that, I want to let you know about some other breaking news I just got. This happened in Ventura and Santa Paula. A fire engine there, engine 29, got stuck in about 3 to 4 feet of water, and they actually had to be rescued by other firefighters. So the other firefighters from Ventura County came in on a boat, rescued them along with 12 residents in nearby homes. There were a couple of other residents that chose to stay put, but 12 people and then an additional 4 firefighters rescued on a boat in Ventura County. Okay, now I want to get you to the San Fernando Valley. Look at this video from Chatsworth that we just got in. This is of a sinkhole that opened up, and it's about 15 feet deep. You see the truck there. The road is now about up to the top of the driver's side, and on the right side of that truck is another car that's rolled over. I spoke with LAFD. LAFD tells me there were 4 people in there total. 2 of them were able to get out before they got there, and then they had to rescue the other 2. The situation was changing rapidly, according to LAFD, so they did a high-angle rope rescue.
Dude, sinkholes are the scariest thing, though.
They
oh,
are.
My goodness.
They really are. The thought of a sinkhole is terrifying. Researchers have captured the first real-time observation of Earth's seafloor splitting open and forming new ocean crusts. Deep beneath the southern Indian Ocean, an international team of scientists documented the elusive geological process of seafloor spreading. They deployed an advanced network of underwater microphones and pressure sensors and geodetic beacons along with Southeast Indian Ridge. The instruments were positioned just 2 months before the tectonic plates suddenly tore apart.
And then I guess it says down here that this happens, like this is normal. It released 160 million cubic meters of material. This single episode released nearly 40 years of accumulated tectonic strain in only a few days. So I guess it's normal for that to happen, but it's still real creepy, don't you think?
Actually, it's really like just the scale of something doing that. There has to be after effects of that.
Right.
That don't happen immediately because it takes time for things to set into place. But that's definitely doing something in the future. Who is she?
She's always like, the world is dying.
She's like a op, right?
I don't know. I think she's an op. Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah, because you got to remember.
Is that Gretchen or Greta?
Yeah. Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg, yes.
Greta Thunberg is in the news again because send her to an Islamic country to be with her friends. She's fighting for Gaza. But you know what's really interesting about Greta Thunberg is she always has to be the center of attention, first of all. She's always like, I'm going to put myself out there.
What is she talking about?
So she's fighting for Gaza, but she also, in the beginning, when she first got famous, is because she was like 12 years old talking about climate change. Everything's been so controlled by the same people that are controlling the right. So we can't forget about the left is just as bad, and not the people. I'm saying the people that are in control of the left is just as bad as the people that are in control of the right. It's actually because it's the same people, right?
Yeah. Same
And
goal.
so, same goal. They
Divide
all,
and conquer.
yes. And they do have little bot oppies on both sides. And so I think Greta Thunberg is a little body oppie.
Yeah, she might be.
She is.
But I like that
she
she's
is.
talking against the destruction of Gaza.
Yeah,
Is she?
absolutely. I mean, the left was the first ones kind of screaming free Palestine. Trump was like getting them taken out of their colleges and doing all these horrible things to kids protesting Palestine. So they were right about this one. I'll give it to you guys. The left, you were right about Palestine. Absolutely. But that's it. This was super interesting, you guys, because Lil Boozy, he's a rapper, right? Boozy Badass. He went out and he just said he was supposed to get a pardon from Trump. But what he says is that these people listed, which we'll name, are the people that took money from him, $600,000. for a pardon, because apparently you can just buy pardons. That's just how it works, I guess, in the Trump administration. And so he calls these people out by name. It's just interesting who he calls out by name for not getting his pardon yet. He called out Laura Loomer, Mike Cernovich, Jack Posobiec, Erika Kirk, Mike Johnson, Nancy Mace, and Andy Biggs. Can the names above please make a truthful statement about having contact or no contact with the Berkman Wool about my pardon process? $600K was taken from me with your names mentioned in emails by these people. Thanks.
List of people there are also allegedly doing other things that the American people wouldn't approve of.
Yeah. I mean, those are all the same people we've been talking about. Jack Posobiec, he's a total plant. Every single time he comes out and he's trying to form a narrative against the truth every time. I mean, from to Charlie Kirk's, this guy's crazy. And then, of course, he says Erika Kirk.
Like a list of the ultimate liars right there.
Yeah. That are huge. Larry Loomer, come on.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel bad for Boozy here. He shouldn't have trusted. He should have been paying more attention to Candace Owens.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
All right, you guys, you don't want to end up on that liar list. So let's keep it truthful. Let's keep our feet planted in the truth. And if you like this episode today, please leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps our channel grow.
And check us out on Spreaker or Patreon, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, check us out on Buy Me a Coffee if you want to support the show. The link will be down below.
Till next time, guys.
See you next time.